Unbelievable journey. Whiskers the Wandering Cat's story unfolds.
In the heart of a charming little town, where cobblestone streets wound their way through cozy homes, there lived a cat named Whiskers. Whiskers, a patchwork of greys and browns, was unlike the other cats that found solace in the warmth of hearts and the familiarity of home.
No, Whiskers was a wanderer, a feline with an insatiable curiosity that propelled him into the mysteries of the night.
Whiskers belonged to Mrs. Jenkins, a kind-hearted woman who, despite her best efforts, couldn't keep him within the confines of their small cottage. Every night, as the town succumbed to the hush of slumber, Whiskers would slip away,
his emerald green eyes glowing with a sense of adventure that no cozy corner could quell. Mrs. Jenkins, resigned to her cat's nocturnal escapades, would wake each morning to find an empty space on the foot of her bed where Whiskers usually curled up. Undeterred, she would leave a small bowl of milk and a note by the door, a simple message of love for the wanderer who roamed beyond her watchful eyes. On one moonlit night, Whiskers felt an irresistible pull toward the outskirts of town,
where the looming shadows of the woods whispered secrets to those willing to listen. The moon cast its silver glow upon the cobbled streets, and Whiskers moved with a graceful stealth,
navigating the alleys and corners as if the night itself guided his steps.
As he ventured farther from the town centre, the sounds of civilization faded, replaced by the rustle of leaves and the distant murmur of a hidden stream. The air was thick with the fragrance of pine and earth, and Whiskers revelled in the freedom that the wilderness offered.
In the depth of the woods, Whiskers stumbled upon an abandoned cottage, its exterior entwined with ivy,
and its windows cracked like the remnants of a time forgotten. His curiosity piqued, Whiskers approached cautiously, his whiskers twitching with anticipation.
With a gentle nudge of his nose, he pushed the slightly ajar door open, revealing a world frozen in the embrace of time.
The air inside was stagnant, filled with the musty scent of memories. Whiskers' eyes adjusted to the dim light, revealing forgotten relics that whispered tales of a life once vibrant. In one corner, a dusty piano stood like a silent sentinel, its keys untouched for years. Faded photographs adorned the walls, capturing moments of joy and laughter that had long since dissipated into the ether. Whiskers, undeterred by the melancholy that clung to the cottage, moved from room to room.
His keen senses picked up on the lingering emotions that permeated the air. It was as if the very essence of the past reached out to him, urging him to unravel the mysteries that lay dormant within the walls.
The more Whiskers explored, the more he felt a strange connection to the abandoned cottage. It was not just a dilapidated structure. It was a vessel carrying the echoes of laughter, the strains of music, and the whispers of forgotten dreams. Each creak of the floorboards, every cobweb-draped corner, told a story of a life that had once thrived within these walls.
Little did Whiskers know, this encounter with the abandoned cottage
would set the stage for the most extraordinary chapter of his wandering life.
As he stood in the heart of the forgotten dwelling, the moonlight filtering through the cracks in the roof, Whiskers felt a sense of purpose awaken within him.
The journey into the unknown was just beginning, and the mysteries of the night
were poised to reveal themselves in ways Whiskers could never have imagined.
Whiskers, the wandering cat, continued his nightly exploits,
blissfully unaware that his journey had just begun to intertwine with the threads of magic and destiny.
Word of the brave feline who dared to explore the mysterious corners of the town had spread like wildfire, and Whiskers found himself unwittingly becoming a figure of folklore. One fateful night, as Whiskers roamed near the outskirts of the town, he stumbled upon an entrance concealed by ancient vines that seemed to beckon him.
Curiosity, the guiding force in his adventurous heart, led him through the foliage, and into a realm that transcended the boundaries of the ordinary.
The transition was subtle yet profound. The air crackled with an energy unknown to the mortal realm, and the moonlit shadows danced with an ethereal grace. Whiskers had entered the enchanted forest, a place where reality and magic coexisted in harmonious secrecy. The trees, towering sentinels with leaves that glittered like stardust, whispered tales of ages long past. Fireflies flitted around him, their luminescent trails guiding Whiskers deeper into the heart of the mystical woods. It was as if nature itself recognized him, a wanderer destined for a greater purpose. As Whiskers ventured further, the forest unfolded its wonders.
Flowers with petals that emitted a soft glow adorned the forest floor.
and the babbling brook seemed to sing a melody only he could comprehend. The very essence of the enchanted forest resonated with a magical energy that pulsed in rhythm with Whiskers' heartbeat. In the heart of the woods, a clearing revealed itself, and there stood a majestic white stag. Its antlers, adorned with silver and gold, gleamed in the moonlight, and its eyes held the wisdom of centuries. Whiskers, though taken aback, felt an inexplicable connection with the ancient creature. "You, brave feline, are destined for a great journey," the stag spoke, its voice a melodic blend of wind and wisdom. "The threads of fate have woven your destiny with the tapestry of this enchanted realm." Whiskers, though unable to comprehend the language in the conventional sense, understood the stag's message.
It spoke of an impending darkness, a malevolent force that sought to shroud both the enchanted forest and Whiskers' hometown in shadows.
The balance between reality and magic was at stake, and Whiskers, it seemed, was the chosen guardian.
Determined to fulfill his newfound destiny, Whiskers pledged to protect both worlds.
In a gesture of gratitude, the majestic stag bestowed upon him a mystical amulet, a conduit between the ordinary and the magical. The amulet, suspended from a delicate chain around Whiskers' neck, pulsed with an otherworldly light.
With the enchanted forest as his ally, Whiskers embarked on a journey that transcended the boundaries of the known. He became the guardian, the link between two realms, each night crossing the threshold between his familiar town and the magical woods.
The enchanted forest embraced him with its secrets. Whiskers forged alliances with the ancient spirits that dwelled within the trees, the rivers, and the very air. The creatures of magic, both benevolent and mischievous, acknowledged him as their guardian, and Whiskers, in turn, learned to navigate the complexities of this enchanted realm. One night, beneath the luminescent canopy of the enchanted forest, Whiskers encountered a wise owl with eyes that sparkled like the midnight sky.
The owl shared prophecies of challenges that lay ahead, foretelling encounters with mythical beings and trials that would test his courage and resolve. Undeterred, Whiskers pressed on, guided by the wisdom of the ancient owl and the mystical energies that pulsed through his amulet.
He faced enchanted creatures that danced in moonlit glades and traversed hidden paths that led to realms unknown to mortal eyes.
The enchanted forest became his home, its every leaf and stone woven into the fabric of his destiny. Yet, as Whiskers navigated the wonders of the magical realm, he couldn't shake the thought of his hometown, the place he called home.
The looming darkness that threatened to engulf it weighed heavily on his heart. Each night, he returned to the ordinary world, determined to find a way to protect
both the enchanted forest and the town that had given him shelter and love.
Whiskers' dual existence became a delicate dance between worlds. The moonlit nights were spent in the enchanted forest, where magic flowed like a gentle river. In the daylight hours, he would return to the town, silently observing the routines of its inhabitants, contemplating the impending darkness that threatened to cast its shadow over everything he held dear. As time passed, whispers of the wandering cat who communed with the enchanted forest spread beyond the boundaries of the town. The townsfolk, once skeptical of Whiskers' nocturnal excursions, began to view him with a mixture of awe and reverence.
Mrs. Jenkins, his ever-loving owner, marveled at the transformation in her once wandering cat, sensing that something extraordinary had taken root in his feline soul. Little did Whiskers know, his journey was hurtling toward its neither final quest that would demand the utmost courage and sacrifice.
The threads of fate, intricately woven, were leading him to a confrontation with the very darkness that sought to extinguish the light of both his worlds. The enchanted forest, his newfound ally, and the town that had embraced him awaited his triumphant return,
unaware of the destiny that had bound their fates to that of a wandering cat named Whiskers.
As Whiskers embraced his role as the guardian of the enchanted forest, a foreboding darkness loomed on the horizon. The magical realm, once a sanctuary of vibrant wonders, now quivered
with an impending malevolence that threatened to shatter the delicate balance between reality and fantasy.
Whispers of an ancient force, born from the shadows of forgotten memories, reached the ears of the creatures that inhabited the enchanted forest. Whiskers, attuned to the subtle energies that permeated the air, sensed the growing unrest, and knew that his final quest was imminent.
One moonlit night, as the enchanted forest sighed with trepidation, a spectral messenger manifested before Whiskers.
The creature, ethereal and luminescent, spoke in a voice that echoed through the moonlit glades, carrying tidings of an impending darkness that sought to consume everything in its path. The guardian cat, adorned with his mystical amulet, listened intently, as the messenger revealed the location of the malevolent force's Lyra place, where shadows clung to the very fabric of reality,
threatening to unravel the enchantment that had protected the magical realm for centuries. Determined to face the impending doom, Whiskers bid farewell to the enchanted forest and crossed the threshold into the ordinary world, his heart, heavy with the knowledge that his hometown faced a similar fate, yearned for a way to save both realms from the encroaching darkness. Upon his return to the town, Whiskers found solace in the familiar sights and sounds. Mrs. Jenkins, his ever-loving owner, noticed a somber gleam in his emerald eyes and understood that a momentous challenge awaited him. Unbeknownst to the townsfolk, Whiskers had become more than a wandering cave, was the guardian, the defender of realms unseen.
Whiskers, guided by the wisdom of the enchanted forest, embarked on a quest that led him through uncharted territories and mythical landscapes. He faced trials that tested his mettle, encountering magical beings both friend and foe.
Each challenge, whether it be a riddle posed by ancient spirits or a showdown with mischievous forest sprites,
brought him one step closer to the heart of the looming darkness. In the climax of his journey, Whiskers stood before the malevolent foreseen entity, born from the shadows of forgotten memories, its form shifting and undulating like an ominous storm. The air crackled with tension as Whiskers, the guardian of realms, faced the embodiment of the encroaching darkness. The battle that ensued was a spectacle of magic and might. Whiskers, fueled by the energies of the enchanted forest and the collective strength of the magical creatures he had befriended, confronted the darkness with unwavering determination.
The very fabric of reality seemed to tremble as Whiskers unleashed a burst of magical energy, a culmination of his adventures, his alliances, and the love he held for both worlds.
As the darkness recoiled, vanquished by the resilience of a wandering cat, the enchanted forest sighed with relief. The colors returned with newfound brilliance, and the magical realm, once threatened with oblivion, blossomed like a resplendent tapestry woven from the threads of fate. The news of Whiskers' triumph spread through the enchanted forest like wildfire. Creatures of magic and ancient spirits emerged from the shadows,
their eyes gleaming with gratitude.
Whiskers, weary but triumphant, crossed back into the ordinary world, his heart heavy with the weight of his newfound responsibilities. The townsfolk, unaware of the epic battle fought in realms beyond their comprehension, witnessed a transformation in Whiskers.
His once patchwork fur now shimmered with an ethereal glow, a testament to the magic that coursed through his veins.
The emerald eyes that had witnessed both the ordinary and the extraordinary now held a depth of wisdom beyond feline comprehension.
Mrs. Jenkins, sensing the profound change in her beloved cat, greeted Whiskers with tears of joy. The townsfolk, who had once viewed him as an enigmatic wanderer, now celebrated him as a hero. Whiskers had not only saved the enchanted forest, but had become a bridge between two worlds, a living testament to the interconnectedness of reality and magic.
As the years passed, Whiskers continued to roam the streets at night, not out of necessity, but out of choice.
The enchanted forest, forever grateful for his valor, bestowed upon him a token of their enduring bond, an
everlasting connection that allowed him to traverse between the realms at will. The mystical amulet, once a conduit of power, now served as a symbol of Whiskers' legacy. The town, forever changed by the events that unfolded in the shadows of the enchanted forest, erected a statue in honor of their feline hero. Whiskers, the wandering cat who had become a guardian of realms, stood immortalized in bronze, a testament to the extraordinary journey that had defined his life. And so, the tale of Whiskers, the wandering cat-turned hero,
echoed through the cobblestone streets and meandering streams of the quaint town.
Generations passed, and the legend of the guardian cat became a cherished bedtime story.
A reminder that even the most ordinary beings could embark on extraordinary journeys and leave an indelible mark on the tapestry of existence.